Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is video number 2. I didn't want to leave it this long in between videos, but apparently my body wanted to go through some shit over the last week, and just generally I have a lot going on and I just get pretty overwhelmed like a lot of people do. And I was like, you know what? As much as I love this, there's no time pressure. So here I am recording something for you guys now. So I'm going to do my best because I'm recording this on my phone, because last time I recorded it on my MacBook. And as much as I love this very expensive 2021 MacBook Pro, the camera's a bit shit. So I'm recording this. I figured out my iPhone can record in 4K. Like what? So I'm recording that here. And then I'm recording the audio here. So I'm going to try my best. I'm recording the audio straight into Audition. And then I think I'm going to, I guess you don't care. I'm just going to stop that. So there's been a bit of a break in between YouTube videos. What I want to talk about today is, honestly, I don't really know. I suppose I just kind of want to check in a little bit and tell you a bit more about my intention for the channel and just a little bit about, I guess, where I'm at. This week's been pretty intense. I feel like, I don't know how many people that follow this are going to be pretty kind of, left of field like I am and into like energy work and all that kind of stuff like I am. Since a very early age, people have told me I'm likened to a sunflower or sunshine, positive energy. And that was kind of reflected in everything I did. Like I've had a bazillion different jobs because ADHD, the clincher of all of them is that I want to help people. And I think a lot of people are like that. But my thing of that was, I definitely do want to help people, but in what capacity? And then it was like this big identity struggle that was like, how do I find some way that I can help people in this world, but also make a living? Because capitalist society, And I think I finally got into a point where I'm like, I've done a lot of unlearning about capitalist society and about, it's just been a really long road of trying like entrepreneurship and like figuring out what works for me. And a big part of that was unlearning icky patriarchal like hustle culture, like get up at 5 a.m, burn the candle at both ends. Like if you're not running yourself ragged, like do you even care? Like are you even passionate? And I'm like, it's just such a gross sentiment to think that you have to run yourself into the ground in order to be successful. And like I really don't want to perpetuate any kind of stereotypes around millennials or younger generations being like entitled. Shit doesn't have to be hard. Like you don't have to run yourself ragged to succeed. Income doesn't need to be like a time or labor for money exchange. Value is reflected or quantifiable in so many different ways other than money. Money is just a form of energy like everything is. I suppose my realization and this whole tangent that I've been going on is that I've come to accept a term for why people believe that I have sunshine energy and am a sunflower. This one I painted here. I'm a light worker. So part of my identity crisis and trying to figure out what to do for a job to help people and, find something that kind of fit for me was because of that deep-seated sort of want to help bring light and joy to the world. And the more I think about it, the more I learn about it, the more I'm guided divinely. I've come to a spot where I'm like, okay, this is my purpose. And not that I was sort of searching for one. It just, kind of feels like it's not thrust upon me or like it's some kind of expectation or like some sort of chore. It's just kind of like, okay, that fits everything that I've ever thought or everything that I've ever wanted. If you boil it down and get really right to the brass tacks of like who I am and what kind of, I suppose, legacy I want to have. I want to leave a legacy of love and of leaving anything and everything that I come across or touch or interact with better than it was before, whether that's in a tangible or intangible way. Another one of those, I suppose, realizations and acceptances about myself. If you follow me on Instagram, I am at heyitsjess.insta. So my handles on everything are like heyitsjess. Whatever the platform is. I've gone through this sort of, physical transformation in the last week that feels like it's been my body kind of catching up with where I'm at, like mentally, spiritually, and energetically. So it's like my physical being is like catching up with that. I'm probably going to delve a little bit more on this channel about energy work and about spirituality because it's incredibly important to me. But this channel is going to have a whole broad range of topics because I'm a very complex and highly nuanced human being, and I want to share things across a lot of different topics. If you watch until the end of the video, I'll give you a bit of a rundown of all the different things that I want to talk about, one of which will include spirituality and energy work and being a light worker and what that means to me and how I kind of do that. And this is actually one of them, is creating a YouTube channel and just having a direct kind of platform where I can really vomit myself onto the internet without, directly interacting. And it's me in a kind of a comfortable space where I can really share in a very real way. If you're watching on your phone or if you're sitting on your couch, watching on your laptop or something, or an iPad, whatever device you're on, and you're watching this, I'm speaking directly to you. And that's more than I could ever ask for as a person who wants to help people, who wants to share love and light. YouTube is such a phenomenal way for me to do that, to really connect one-to-one with people. I've followed YouTubers before and I've cried because I miss Jenna Marbles, because people sharing their lives or people just sharing their thoughts in any kind of capacity, connecting, whether it's through a screen or in person or anything, is beautiful. And if I can share any kind of message that helps even one person, then I'm fulfilling my purpose. And I can't stress enough, and I know this is probably my ego speaking anyway, but I'm not doing this for the feel goods. I'm not doing this because I want to, feel amazing for making other people feel amazing. I'm doing it because I genuinely feel like like it's an obligation, like it's a purpose. Like I have all of this in here that I can share. It'd be rude not to, honestly. Not that I'm some be all and end all of wisdom and shit, but sometimes that's what people tell me. It's actually quite often what people tell me. They say that you always know the right thing to say, or you've got such a good energy. Like, cool. Let's chuck that on camera and put it on the internet for the world to see and, just extend that reach a little bit. So I'm going to finish up because my sister and partner are waiting for me to watch The Sinner. So we're going to binge watch that. Season 4. I'm very excited. And from here, I want to just give you a little bit of a rundown of the kinds of things, like I'm going to set different playlists on my channel about all the things that I want to talk about. And essentially it's just going to be kind of me in a nutshell and like anything I'm interested in or want to talk about. And then what I'm doing actually is recording these separately. So like I said, I'm recording on my phone the video. I will be getting a camera. So I am shopping for a camera. I'm leaning towards 2 different types of Canons, but I'm just, an ADHD person. I have to go down this full rabbit hole of research before I can confidently purchase something because I don't want to get like camera regret, It's a big purchase. So yeah, recording video on here for now, sound on here, and with the sound on here, I can extract it and recycle it and upload it as a podcast. Because if you followed me on Instagram, you'll see that I've set up a podcast, but I haven't recorded any of them yet. So I might edit this one into a podcast, we'll see, or I might just record one separately tomorrow. And then back to what I was saying about the topics that I'm going to talk about. I've already covered a couple of them. So spirituality, energy work, light work, just generally being positive fucking influence on the world. Mental health will be an absolutely huge one because I've struggled with that a lot in my life. So I will probably touch on a lot of different things, but especially anxiety and ADHD because they're the 2 things that affect me massively. I will talk about physical health, not in any kind of preachy kind of way, just in, the things that I learn or in things that I'm dealing with because I have quite a few like autoimmune diseases and, if you share anything that helps and works for you, why would you not share that as far and wide as you can to try and help make someone else's life better, So I'll probably touch on that. But it's not all going to be self-help stuff. Like I'm obsessed with property. My partner and I have bought and sold and built quite a few different houses, and we have a really, really, really exciting project coming up where we're going tiny. And that'll be a separate channel, but it'll be linked to this one. But we're going to do that together. So there'll be an Instagram and a YouTube channel and a podcast. So I've already started filming all sorts of content and I'm just going to compile it and edit it. But yes, for anyone who knows this, Blake and I will be a bit of a presence on here as well. But this is my space. This is my channel. And my podcast, and we will have our own that is separate to this, that is the two of us. I will still talk about property and stuff on my channel because I'm obsessed with it and I feel like I have a lot to share. I actually considered setting up like a building consultancy business because there's so many house plans out there that just drive me insane because they're so impractical. So property will probably be one of them. Income streams. I don't want to call them side hustles. I don't like calling them side hustles. It's just streams of income, ways that people can make money that aren't like, time and labor for money exchange, because there's so many different ways to do that these days, and I'm doing some of them. I'm doing a lot of them actually. And then I can talk about different things like the creative pursuits that I'm doing, astrology, oracle, tarot, plants, really everything I'm interested in. It's going to be a real mixed bag, but like everything will be set into playlists so you can know exactly what you're looking for. Or if you just like hearing me talk, like I kind of like hearing myself talk, just follow along, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm really looking forward to diving in deeper with you all. I'm going to endeavour to have something up as frequently as I can, but there's a lot going on, particularly in the space of tiny house things. I can't wait for you to see them. I'm so excited. Shit's getting real with it. Oh, I just want to word vomit about it now, but I'll wait, and you will all find out. And you can follow the journey on YouTube. Okay? All right, that's it for this one. I will see you next time. Bye.